Hey, good morning, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I'm your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, and we're here talking about the law of awareness. We're going through the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell, and we're on law number 2. So, hey, stick with us Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. in the morning. We're here every day, and the question is, will you be? And so we got our guest host here, Mr. Dotan, in the building.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm happy to be here once again. Precious people on the line, thanks for joining our conversation this morning on 15 Laws of Growth. And I think where we left off yesterday brings us to a good position today where we need to ask ourselves about what our purpose is and drill down some of those questions. So I'm happy to be part of this conversation this morning, Mr. Ivan.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yesterday we went through 4 questions as we got into finding your passion, your purpose. So we got the first question was, do you like what you're doing now? It's a good question to ask. Do I like where I'm at now? Do I like what I'm doing now? Once you kind of determine that, answer that question. Next question was, what would you like to do? So you figure out, where am I at now? Do I like where I'm at now? If I don't, okay, well, what would I like to do? He said it depends on the day. Yeah, it depends on you making some money or not. What would you like to do? Because there's so many people that's trying to figure this thing out, this thing called life out. And more often than not, they're trying to figure out this thing called career out. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life. And what would you like to do? Next question you want to ask yourself is, can you do what you like to do? Do you have the capabilities? Have you gone through the necessary training? Have you put yourself in position that you are prepared for the opportunities that will arise? It says luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So have you put yourself in position to be prepared for the opportunities that arise? So once you figure out what you like to do, then you guys determine, can I do what I like to do? And that puts you in a position of getting the necessary skills, abilities, or whatever it is that you need to do to develop yourself to be prepared for the opportunities that will come. And then number 4, you want to ask yourself, do you know why you want to do what you like to do? Of course, that's the big question of why. Why do you want to do what you want to do? And what we said yesterday is we want to move it from a position of money to a position of mission. So if you're folks say, hey, I want to do this to make some money, well, why do you want to make the money? The money, you want to make the money for some particular reason. And hopefully it's for some mission that'll drive you through, that'll stick with you to push you through to accomplishing whatever goal or getting to the place that you like to be. So what is your why? What is your why? That's a very, very great question. A question that you need to really ponder on and get down, a great why. If you don't have a good why, when troubles come your way, you're going to wither. Again, if you don't have a great why, you don't have something that's on the inside of this keeping you moving forward, when troubles come your way, you're going to wither. Get a great why. The why will fuel you through those times of trouble. And so now we're picking up where we left off yesterday. So now we're getting into the 5th question. The 5th question, as you're looking to find your passion and your purpose. 5th question is, do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? No, it's kind of crazy, right? Do you know what to do so that you can do what you want to do? Kind of long, kind of question, but here's the deal. In order for you to begin to move from doing what you're doing now to what you want to do, it's a process. So do you know what it will take? It all begins with this. The first step. Awareness. Here's the deal, guys. If you want to get from where you are to where you want to be, you have to start becoming aware of the choices that lead you away from your desired destination. So if you're saying, hey, I want to get here, but you're making decisions that are taking you here, then you have to become aware of the decisions that you're making. Mr. Dotan, you want to talk to us a little bit about awareness?
Yeah, awareness is the first step of change. If you don't know what you are, then you really cannot change. If you don't know what needs to change, then there's not much you can do about that. So awareness is being conscious of every choice you make and taking intentional steps in order for you to be able to, move forward towards the point where you want to achieve certain objectives in your life. So that's the first step of change. You need to be very, very conscious of every action you take, and then you also want to intentionally take those steps.
Absolutely.
And then the second,
go ahead.
Yeah, and the second one here says action. So maybe I'll throw that back to you.
Yeah.
Action.
Oh, yeah. Action, right? So here's the deal, guys. We know. I'm sure you guys know some people in your life. Of course, not you. Of course, no, not you. Just some of the people that you used to hang out with who would always talk about what they want to do, but you see their actions going in a different direction. And my life changed. My life personally changed. Became more peaceful when I started to pay attention to what people do more so than what they say. And then I said, I have to be a person that becomes a person that does more than what I say. Because we can say out of our intention, but we act based off of our resolve. So if you're acting, if what you do is in total totally against what you say, then there's a conflict. And you got to ask yourself, what type of person are you going to be? Are you going to be the person that actually does what you say, let your words confirm your actions? Or are you going to be a person that just talks, but then when we see your life, it's totally opposite of what you say? Don't be a hypocrite to yourself. So action, you cannot win if you do not begin. You got to get started. Start from where you are. Here's what I tell people: start from where you are. I don't care what you're looking to do. If you're trying to start a business, if you want to write a blog, you want to write a book, start from where you are. Don't go out and try to get all the fancy stuff and spend all this money that's going to overwhelm you when you're looking at the big picture of where you're trying to go. All you got to do is just start. If you want to write, just start writing. Write on Facebook, write on LinkedIn, write on Twitter. Just write. Just start writing. Right? You don't have to have the fancy blog. You don't have to have all of the I's dotted and the T's crossed. Just start. When I started my business, I started with a cell phone in my face, and it was the worst thing ever. I can go back and look at it, but guess what? I got started, and I've progressed since then. I've learned how to do videography since then, editing videos, having a good background. I started. See, most people, they think about their big goal. They know where they want to go, but they never get started. And guess what? If you don't get started, you don't take any steps, you don't make any progress, and that's just kind of what it is. So you got to get started. You cannot win if you do not begin. The people who get ahead in this world are the ones who look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. Are you the type of person that is making the circumstances that you want in your life? Are you the person that's making them? Don't wait for them. Go and make them. I'm talking about, if you knock on the door and nobody opens it, knock that door down. We going through today. Mr. Beatles in the building.
What's up? What's up, wealthy, healthy, happy people? What's going on, man? I'm feeling great this morning, man. I'm gonna get my light right in just a minute. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna get my light right. I know it's a little dark right now, but man, I had to I'm switching up my situation a little bit, man. So I got to get another office together. I'm excited about that. But yeah, man, so that's where we are right now.
Fantastic. So we're talking about, we're in the first question, or actually probably the sixth question, but we're in the question of, do you know what to do so that you can do what you want to do? And so the first step was awareness, becoming aware. The second step is action, taking action. And the third step is having accountability. And so it says like this, says one of the best ways that you can do to make your goals public. Now we do that on this show. We always ask you, where do you want to go? Some people step up and let the world know. Some people don't. Mr. Biggs, want to talk to us a little bit about accountability because, brother, you're an accountability partner for me, and I thank God for you.
Hey, man. And it's vice versa, right? So every day that we say at the end of each day, when we're on this show, when we say, hey, make sure that you're back tomorrow. Make sure that you're back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7 a.m., 7:30. We're going to be right here. We are putting it out there that we're going to show up tomorrow. We're already putting it out there with the expectation that tomorrow we're going to be right back here. And all the people that are showing up on this show is the reason why I'm getting up. You know what I mean? Like, because as we grow, there's a bigger responsibility, but it's an opportunity to, again, you know what I mean? Like really just share that vibe. And so the days that I don't feel like it, the days that I might have wanted to be late or not show up for the call for whatever that reason is, it's like I can't do it anymore. And I can't do it because I don't want to let my people down. I can't do it because I don't want to let Evan down. I don't want to let Mr. Dotan down. I don't want to let folks down, man. But I think that is also the reason why people fail in life is because they don't want the accountability. So they keep the ideas, their dreams, their goals to themselves, and they don't share it because they know that once they share it with somebody else, Now they're held accountable. Now you got to put in the work. Now you got to do the you got to put in the leg work. And most people don't want to work. Most people don't want that part.
I know that's right, man. So we talk about awareness, man. We talk about action, getting started. Now we're talking about making sure that you put yourself in a position of accountability. If it's to one person, if it's to a group, man, you put it out there now. You got to look in the mirror every day and be like, I told somebody I was going to do this. And you don't want to be that person that wake up and be like, man, I just ain't do it. You know, you got to go get it done now. So accountability. And then Mr. Dotan, man, this attraction thing, becoming attractive.
Yeah. Attraction is about the fact that the energy we put out is the kind of people that will attract to ourselves. When we put out the positive energy in us, those are the kind of people that will attract into our life as well. So we want to be sure that we are being truthful to ourselves in what we are trying to achieve so that we can attract the right kind of people into our circles of influence, because that in itself will help us to stay on course on what we want to achieve. What are the people that you are attracting right now? If you are complaining, oh, things are not going on well for me, maybe that's the energy you're putting out there. If you're saying, oh, you have toxic people around you, maybe you want to change the environment that you are in so that you have like-minded people who will support you in the direction you want to go in life, because then you are also tapping into their energy power, which is like what we are doing in this call every day. So, yesterday I talked about the fact that sometimes we wake up early in the morning and we don't just feel like it, but you know what, just get on the call, because in the process you are tapping into other people's energy power, and then what seems to be negative for you in the morning, before you get off the call, you've lifted up that weight because you've tapped into other people's mind power. So be sure that you are surrounding yourself with like-minded people who will support you in the way you are going. And also be sure that you are putting out the right energy there, because the energy you put out there is the kind of people you attract back into your life. That's the way the law of attraction works.
Absolutely, man. What you put out is what you will get, man. It's not the other way. It's not, oh, what I get is what I put out. No, what you put out. I remember when I didn't have anybody to talk to about money, but when I started putting it out there, I started finding people. So we attract who we become. So whoever you're attracting into your life right now, don't blame us. Look in the mirror and say, what am I putting out? And then you'll realize, okay, well, if I start to change, then things will change around me. If I start to change, if I start to grow, then I'll start to find growing people. If I start to become committed, then I'll find committed people. If I become trustworthy, then I'll find trusting people. We attract who we become. So whoever you're attracting into your life right now, then look in the mirror and say, you know what? I had something to do with it. That is who I have become. Hey, so we talked about, can you do, what is the question? Do you know what to do so that you can do what you want to do? Kind of a long question. But then the next question is, do you know people who do what you like to do? Do you know people who will do what you like to do? This is all about finding that expert in your arena that you can connect with, that'll help you along the way. Whether it's live or whether it's you're reading their books. Like as an investor, I'm reading Warren Buffett. Everything Warren Buffett say, I eat up. So in your arena, are you connecting to people who are experts in that area that can guide you, that you can learn from, that can motivate you? Do you know people, whether you know them, directly or indirectly, who do what you like to do? Mr. Beatles.
Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. Very important that we understand that, like really, really embrace that. Too many times as entrepreneurs, as people that are just trying to be successful in life, we tend to think that we have to do it on our own. But the reality is that there is so much. There's nothing new under the sun. If you reading some of the good book these days, there's nothing new under the sun. So if you think from that premise, then you understand that there's some brilliant people out here that have made some incredibly big mistakes, and they've learned from those, and then they're willing to share that whether that's in book form, video form, encyclopedias, whatever. What I am saying is that the opportunity for us to really succeed is out there when you humble yourself enough to say, you know what, I don't know everything, and I'm going to find somebody. I'm going to research something that is going to help me to improve in whatever area I'm trying to get better in. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And there are so many people that are willing to give their knowledge away, share their stories, share their failures, share their successes. We just have to get out of our way to get in front of that information because it's around us. And all you got to do is ask for it and then go get it.
Absolutely. Ask for it and go get it. So there's 6 principles here. Number 1, it says get committed. Pay people for their time if necessary. Pay people for their time if necessary. Be consistent. Meet purposefully every month with someone who can teach you. Be consistent. Meet purposely with someone every month who can teach you. Be creative. Start with their books if you can't meet them in person. Start with their books if you can't meet them in person. Be purposeful. Spend 2 hours in preparation for every hour of interaction. Spend 2 hours in preparation for every hour of interaction. Wow, you don't want to waste their time. Be reflective. Spend 2 hours in reflection for every hour of interaction. So 2 hours before you meet them, 2 hours after you have the connection with them. And then be grateful. These people are gifts to your personal growth. Be sure to let them know. Be grateful. These people are gifts to your personal growth. Be sure to let them know. Be committed, be consistent, be creative, be purposeful, and be reflective and be grateful. And so now we move on to the next question as we are finding our purpose and our passion. And that is, should you do what you like to do with them? Should you do what you like to do with them? Mr. Dotan.
Should you do what you like to do with them? So we've just talked about you getting someone that you can learn from and leveraging that resource purposefully. So if you find a mentor, you have some responsibilities in the relationship, obviously. So you want to make sure that you are ready for leveraging the resource that you need to move ahead. Here it says, possess a teachable spirit. That's very important because, as Mr. Evans said, people who have achieved, they have so much responsibility on their hands. The bandwidth is not just there for them to waste their time on you. So you want to be sure that you are ready to receive from them. If you're not here ready, it's okay. Be sure that you are ready before you approach them. Always be prepared because so for someone like John Maxwell, I can imagine him being able to give 10 minutes of his time. It's a lot. The other time there was a blab where the gentleman brought in Tony Robbins. Those are very, very busy people. 10 minutes of their time is a lot. So if you want to engage people like that who will be able to help you along the way, be sure that you have a teachable spirit and that you are prepared. Mr. Ivan.
Yeah, so you want to be a teachable spirit, you want to have an agenda by asking great questions, right? So it's almost like an interview. You don't want to go in there just hoping that they can give you something. If you're prepared and you've looked at their history, you've got some things that you'd like to ask, you go in there and say, hey, here are the things that I'd like to know. And they know that you are serious when you do that. You don't just go there and say, hey, I like to chop it up with you. No, these are people you're trying to get something from. You're trying to extract. You're trying to dig into their life. Man, you're going to have some great questions that you'd like to ask them because you are prepared. You've done your research. You know why you want to have a meeting with them. You know why you want to sit at the table with them. And also you want to demonstrate you've learned from your time together. You want to let them know that here's what I do as a coach. People hit me up. I'm always looking for people that have a spirit of immediately. They're coachable and they take action. If we meet and I give you some advice and you do nothing with it, we're probably not going to be meeting again because you're not serious. You're not doing anything with what we have come together for. So I need to move on to people that are ready to grow. Do something with what they give you because they're giving you a part of their time, a part of their life, and they are the experts. They're the ones that you're trying to extract from. And more than likely, they're giving you great advice. The question is, Will you do something with it? And I'm telling you, when somebody comes back to me and they be like, you know what, you asked me to do this. 24 hours later, they come back and be like, I got it done. Not 36 hours later say I'm still working on it, but somebody comes to you after you give them some advice and they say, you know what, I got that done. What's next? Man, that charges me up. I'm like, let's rock and roll. I finally found somebody that's really ready to take life by the horns and ready to do something with it. Mr. Beatles.
Oh man, this is a good one. This is such a good one. It's about asking the right questions. And you know, we all have heard the adage, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And that means that in order for you to be qualified as a student, you have to be in a position of study, dedicated devotion to what information or knowledge you're seeking out. And when you are engaged in that body of work, when you're engaged in trying to understand, there are a plethora of questions that you have. And so in asking those questions, what you are attracting is the answer. And the answer is going to come in the form of a person, place, or a thing. And you have to be prepared for that. So I would say, man, in order for you to truly unlock your doors, the doors that you are knocking on, the questions that you've been asking and the information that you've been seeking, you have to prepare yourself first. So the 2 hours before you actually get in front of your teacher, mentor, or your book of choice is so important. It ensures that you are maximizing your time and being as efficient as possible when you are in front of that person that may be able to assist you. So so take your time, and ultimately what you're doing is you're taking your time seriously. So the 2 hours that you're putting in before you actually get in front of your mentor is you truly giving back to yourself. And when you are now in front of the person that is sharing information, the doors will be open because you've put in the time.
Absolutely, man. So we're talking about, how to find your passion and your purpose. That question number 7 is, should you do what you like to do with them? That's assessing the person that you're looking to get information from or maybe go in business with. And the 8th question that we have, which I think is just truly phenomenal, we got to ask this. You got to know this. Will you pay the price to do what you want to do? I know Mr. Beals got something to say about that. He's been waiting on that question. Will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Mr. Beatles.
Oh man, this is what we're doing right now. We're paying the price. Every morning that we wake up, 7 a.m. to 7:30, just this time. I don't think we really understand the impact of this 30 minutes right here. This 30 minutes every morning is so powerful. And I know that it's powerful because it's changing my life. And I know if it's changing mine, it's got to be changing somebody else's life. So what we're doing every single morning is paying the price. We're dedicating some time. We're shifting some things around in our schedule. We're putting in some time before we actually get on this call to make sure that we are adding some value, man. But it's truly about, paying the price to achieve or receive the things that you desire. Again, like we were saying earlier, you attract what you are, and you also attract what you're becoming. So we have to make sure that what we are paying attention to, the thoughts that we're thinking every single day consistently, those are the things that we're attracting. So we got to make sure that we're paying the price in the right areas, paying the price for the right things.
Absolutely. So here's the deal, guys. If you're a person, you've been on this show, or maybe you're just visiting today, and you're saying that, you know what, this 30 minutes, this show that I'm on, this thing that I'm paying attention to, this thing I'm watching, I'm listening to while I'm doing whatever I'm doing, if you're saying that this is making a difference, that this is making an impact, that this is part of you paying the price, then in the comments below, I want you to write power. In the comments below, I want you to write power, because I truly believe that when you're operating in your passion and your purpose, you're operating from a position of power. So if this is making a difference in your life, you're saying, hey, I'm here, every day as many times as I can come, and you know that we're going to be here and it's making a difference in your life, write in the comments below, power. Mr. Gotan, anything to say about paying the price to do what you want to do?
Paying the price to do what you want to do. I mean, nothing goes for nothing. I like this quote that someone says that even in Freetown, nothing is free. Someone must have paid for it.
Right.
Even in free, nothing is free. Someone must have paid for it. So be willing to pay the price for the change that you want to see happen in your life. That's just the way it is. I don't know whether we want to look at the poem. Maybe it's too long because of the time. There's a poem then in the book which says some things that are very, very interesting. It says, if there were ever a time to dare to make a difference, to embark on something worth doing, it is now. Not for any grand cause necessarily, but for something that tugs at your heart, something that's your aspiration, something that's your dream. You owe it to yourself to make your days here count. Have fun, dig deep, stretch, dream big. Know though that things worth doing seldom come easy. So you must be willing to pay the price. You must be willing to pay the price. Take the necessary steps to live your dreams and do what you have to do to make it work, because it will cost you something. You must be willing to die for something that you say you believe in.
That's good. That's good. We're already paying the price. You're already paying the price, so you might as well make it count. You might as well pay the price and make the investment for yourself. You're already doing it.
So here's the deal, man. I got affirmations that I send out to my peeps every day. And today's affirmation is, I owe it to myself. I owe it to myself. Whatever that makes you think about, whatever that puts you at, whatever place that puts you at, today's affirmation for my peeps, and hopefully for you, I owe it to myself. I owe it to myself. So here's the deal, guys, man. We got one more question to go through, but we're going to get through that question tomorrow, because you know what? It's 30 minutes. And so, Mr. Beers, you want to do some quick shout outs to the peeps that were able to stay with us the whole
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Give me just a moment. All right, we got Miss Nikhil on the line again. Thank you so much for joining. She has been super consistent in making that change to her life every single morning. We also got Dave Hughes, who's on in the building. He is a speaker, workshop facilitator, writer, memory trainer. Dave, I need some of that. I need some of that memory training. I got scripts in my head that I need to hold, and I need. We got Raz Rising, super investor, in the building. He said, "Man, this show is 100 times better than coffee." We also got Tyrese Johnson. He's in the building as well. We have the mate from Down Under, Patrick Smart Market SEO, continues to get new customers every single day. And then we have the wonderful Veda, Mr. Dotan, and we have a new guy that just joined. We have the Chris Weeks. Hip hop and Harleys, my kids and crafts beer make me happy. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you for joining today.
Hey, look at that, thuglifecoaches.com. That's what I'm talking about. So here's the deal, guys. We're just moving through this thing, man. And the law of awareness, finding your passion, your purpose. So tomorrow we are going to finish up with the last question, and we're opening it up. It's going to be Fan Friday. This is the opportunity for you to jump on the show. This is the opportunity to share the experience that you've had this week. This is the opportunity to say, man, this is how this has made a difference for me. And so every Friday is an opportunity. Of course, we open it up all throughout the week, because it's not a me show, it's a we show. And we want to be a part of your success as you partner with our success. So it's all about the growing network. The wealthyhealthyhappy.net is the place that you want to go to get some more information, to get plugged in, to catch up on all the latest episodes, whatever it is that you need. You want to tell them a little bit about the site, Mr. Beatles?
Yeah, absolutely. On the wealthyhealthyhappy.net. That's where you're going to get the information. We got blogs to help you catch up if you are just now tuning in and getting plugged into the 15 invaluable laws of growth. So fantastic place for you to go there. And then we also have some wonderful information, a lot of great videos in the Wealthy, Healthy, and Happy section. So if you are looking for a place to launch in wealth, health, or happiness, I would definitely say the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Network is the place to go, because it is the #1 marketplace for growing people.
Fantastic. Mr. Botan, you got any last words for the peeps?
Yeah, so for what we've covered today, my word, or rather my takeaway is this: whatever is worth doing is not just worth doing well, it's worth doing now. So now is the time to take action. Don't leave it till tomorrow, which is Friday. Now is the time to take action.
Hey,
we've covered more than enough to get us started. Now is the time to take action, folks.
Fantastic. My words for you guys is that I need you operating in your passion and your purpose. I need you operating in your passion and your purpose. When you are operating in this position, you're operating from a position of power. I need you operating in power, and that is found in your passion and your purpose. Get into your passion and purpose, feed it every day, and starve your fears. Mr. Beatles, sign us out, man.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you already know where we're going to be tomorrow, right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. That's 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here or be square. Hey, make sure that you ladies, make sure you have your hair done in the morning or your bonnets on, whatever it takes. But we're going to need you in the seats. Gents, make sure you shave, brush your teeth. Tomorrow, we're going to be right here. We need you. It's Fan Friday. Guess what? We're wealthy. We're healthy. We're happy. And we are out.